us so far. And we have a special topic tonight. Nancelle and I talked a couple of days ago and tried to figure out how we could merge what I talk about with what she does. And we came up with healing into entrepreneurship. We came up with the title of healing into entrepreneurship because sometimes you want to go into business and, of course, being an entrepreneur, you are there to fix something for someone else. You're there to solve a problem. But sometimes you really kind of need to fix yourself and you need to kind of heal yourself. So we're going to talk about what that looks like. So Nancelle, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself to the people? Tell us who you are, what you do, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Okay, so my name is Nancelle. I am 33 years old. I am born and raised in the city of Chicago. I am a beginning entrepreneur. I am a board credit certified specialist, but also I am a spiritual entrepreneur. So I specialize in or growing my talent of merging spirituality and finances together to help to heal the Black family. And I just came up with that off the top of my head. So that is a good elevated pitch. So.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of or known of someone that was trying to merge spirituality with finances. That's a very unique lane, I think, or is it? People like you?
I'm the only one that I have seen as far. So, either you're doing spirituality. I have seen some people, they help with like the law of attraction and stuff like that, but I actually want to start to get down to this generational, what's going on with the finances. What do you want to pass down to your children? Right. Because we always talk about the C word, generational curses and stuff, but we need to actually start to redefine what we're actually talking about is generational patterns that have been passed.
Right.
Self-limiting beliefs that have been passed down. So, I want to get to, all of that, because what we do right now in this lifetime is going to be able to affect next 4 to 5 generations down the line.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so take me through your journey. Take me through what led you to entrepreneurship, what led you down the path that you just mentioned that you're on right now. Take me through, how did you decide this is what you want to do until you actually did it?
So basically, like my journey started, so let me just say I am a former postal worker. I worked there for 8 years. I started there in the year of 2012, and I just quit back in February of 2021. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I just realized that, as I said, 12 and 21, so that was like reverse. Anyway, so I would say I actually got the idea of my business for basically me having financial hardships. I had filed bankruptcy, and I was just like, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I realized that this is something that I had seen my mother do. My mother worked in the post office. My father worked in the post office. I would say, especially in the Black community, having a government job, that is like the top of the top right there.
Right.
That's a very prestigious job. And once when I realized that I wasn't happy anymore in my job, it took me a while to actually understand that was what the issue was, that I wasn't happy in my job. Because I was making enough money. I was making baseline $60,000 a year. So with that, I'm like, that's a good living, especially by me being a single woman with no children and everything. That's a very, very good living for me. So I decided that, like I said, after I found bankruptcy, I was just like, what am I doing? So I got the idea to start my business actually in 2018. It was 2018. But I never actually took the leap because, again, me coming from, on my mother's side, me coming from a family of employees, that was what was passed down. We don't have really entrepreneurs on that side.
Right.
So just work your business and then work your job. And I'm like, I can do that. I talked myself into it. So basically, make a long story short, Spirit was really pushing me to get out of that job. So they made it very, very hard for me between 2018 to 2021. And then like my breaking point was August of 2020 last year. And I decided I was so mentally disconnected that I took time off of work for like 2 weeks. And that's when I decided I was like, I can't go back to this job. But I didn't really officially leave until February of 2021. So, like I said, and still right about now, like I said, I still have my days where I'm like, you know what, I still struggle with, you know, I would say the fear of failure and fear of success, because that's what most entrepreneurs, we don't talk about, you know, the day-to-day living. We don't talk about the day-to-day mental state of entrepreneurship. We don't talk about that. We just talk about what we see when we start to make it, when things start doing good. But what about the days when things are not going good? We don't talk about that.
Right. Yeah. And it's definitely those days, right? Those ups and those downs, and it's scary. And definitely, like you said, you didn't come from that lineage. It wasn't in your family. So you didn't see it. You hadn't seen anybody up close and personal that had done it. And I'm pretty sure that there was some there was some pushback or some negativity as to why are you doing that, and you better go get you another job, and all those type of things, right?
Look, the one who started my lot, she's actually an entrepreneur. She's like, I'm 33, and Kayla, she'll be 30 in December. So on my mom's side, my mom's side, her mom's side, we're like the entrepreneurs and stuff like that over there. So who are really taking it serious as far as putting ourselves out there on social media. And then also my other cousins, it's like all the millennials in the generation. On my mom's side, I have one cousin, she's down in Georgia. She's an influencer, aspiring influencer and stuff. So like I said, we are all taking that leadership role to actually put ourselves out.
Yeah. So what do you think, are some of the main things that stop people? What are some of those things that hold people back from doing like what you did and going into entrepreneurship and just going into it, all the way? And for people that are just joining, we are talking about healing into entrepreneurship. We're talking about some of the things that Nancel is talking about now, like some of those past behaviors, some of those mindsets, and some of, those thought patterns that keep you from going into entrepreneurship. And how can you heal yourself? How can you fix yourself and then take that leap like she's describing to be able to be entrepreneur? So thank you to everyone that's joining. Greetings to Carbonated Devil. Thank you for joining. I see you. And thanks for everyone else for joining. So what are some of those things that you think hold people back from just doing it?
Basically the first hurdle is going to be yourself. We always, like I said, we have those self-limiting negative talk that we tell ourselves, you're going to fail, or we procrastinate, we're lazy, we expect for success to walk up to the door and it's like, hey, I'm here. And also I would say for me, what I'm currently going through, I am currently going through grieving my old life. So like I said, I quit back in February of 2021, and I just recently got rid of my old uniforms from my job. Yes. So, and I packed up everything. The energy, like I said, that was a part of my life for 8 years. That was a part of my identity for 8 years. And like I said, especially if you're transitioning from being an employee to an employer, because that's where I'm going to be later on down the line, we really have to start to really break that mindset, because that employee mindset, that's a very, very, it's a mindset. Like I say, it's a way of life, it's a way of identity. We have to get out of everything. Everything's done for us. Now we actually have to start to make things happen. We're starting to actually delegate instead of being delegated to. So that's what I'm going through that now. And like I said, no one really talks about especially when you're healing, no one talks about, grieving your old life. No one talks about you trying to hold on because that's what's comfortable for you.
Right.
So, and so once when I got rid of my old uniforms and stuff like that, I felt a really big sigh of relief. And when some old folks was like, oh, well, what you doing? Did you I had put on some lady stuff. It was like, oh, well, did you grow out of your uniforms? And I'm like, I said it really smug, and I was just like, no, I quit. And they was like, you quit? I'm like, yes, I quit, because again, people think that I am cat shit crazy for leaving my job in the middle of a pandemic, where right about now in the post office, they are making Ugu overtime. They're making at least $100,000 in overtime. And I walked away from all of that, especially with pension and benefits and had it back. So as far as, like I said, when people, they have an idea and stuff like that, like I said, the first obstacle is going to be you. The second obstacle is going to be people around you telling you that you can't do it just because they had an idea and they listen to other people and they put that idea on the back burner because they got comfortable making, this money every 2 weeks and stuff like that. And I'm not going to sit up here and trash the post office and stuff like that. But like I said, since I worked there for so long, it was a lot of people in there who had a side business plus working there. And a lot of them just really got stuck. They really got stuck. And it's just like, they never actually took that leap of faith to actually go out further. They just they just stopped. So.
Yeah. So you mentioned something when you said grieving your old life, right?
Yes.
And I think that really just stuck out to me. And you said something about throwing away your uniforms. And I know for me, I can kind of relate to that because I know sometimes whenever I needed to move on, I know how it is to physically have to get rid of something. Like you said, having to get rid of clothes, I've had to get rid of furniture and just other things. I was like, this part of my life can't go into the next phase of my life.
Yes.
So I physically need these things out of my house. I need to get rid of them right now. I actually just made a trip to Goodwill the other day, just getting rid of some things. And I don't think we necessarily put enough emphasis or even know enough to know that you have to physically sometimes move. Like I live in the DC area. I lived in Dallas for a number of years, and I just got to the point where I just did not want to be there. And I physically had to pick my stuff up and move to another place. And I purposely moved to a place where I didn't really know anybody because I needed to wipe the slate clean. I needed to start over. So, sometimes you need those. It's not enough to just say, okay, I'm over it. Right. And you're sitting there like,
no, really, it's not
looking at it, or you're in the same area, same environment. And it's like all these constant reminders. It's a little bit impossible to get over it. So I like when you said that, grieving your old life and the fact that you wanted to physically get rid of some things. And we have someone in the chat. She put, yes, literally, this can't go to the next phase of my life. Yeah. So
that's my cousin Kayla, the other entrepreneur. That's the one who started my life.
Okay.
So.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So what would be some of the other things that you would say that someone can use to grieve their old life, to move forward, to heal yourself so that you can work towards entrepreneurship? What would be some of those other things you think people can do?
Basically, like I said, speaking for myself and stuff, if you have like I said, old clothes or old mementos from that old life and stuff like that, like it has to basically, you got to get away from that energy because negative energy, stagnant energy and stuff like that, if you don't get rid of it, it's going to start to take over and it's going to actually start consuming you because it's like, energy is everywhere. Energy is in everything that we sit up here and do. And energy never dies, it just transfers. So, like I said, by me holding on to those old clothes and stuff like that, I was still keeping that energy in my house because I was thinking that I make the right decision. Even though I was guided to leave that job, I was still questioning myself as far as did I make the right decision because that negative, my fear voice was telling me, no, go back. Because right about now, you might be having financial hardships and stuff like that. So now you got to go back because at least you'll be getting a check every 2 weeks and stuff like that. So as far as like, you really have to really sit down with yourself and ask yourself, do you have the strength to really do this? Because being an entrepreneur, and I would say that you are going to lose people. You're going to lose some friends, some family, and also people are going to be envious of you just because of the fact, like I said again, that you're actually doing something that they want to do, but they don't have enough courage to sit up here and do. And, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And it's just like, because like I see a lot of people who I have my cousins on here, I have some of my old coworkers on here and stuff like that, and they congratulate me and everything. So like, you know, it really does help me a lot because like I said, no one really knows that I struggle with, you know, being an aspiring entrepreneur. So, and I said, because I say for me and everything, I procrastinate and I self-sabotage. So that is really me really fighting against myself. So, like I said, holding on to those old clothes and stuff like that, I could have did it months ago. But I was still fighting myself. And I would say spirit is up there telling me, look, we patient for you. But your destined outcome is you need to sit up here and stop telling yourself you're stronger than what you think. So as far as what people, beginning entrepreneurs and stuff like that, really start taking self-inventory. What are your strengths? What are your opportunities? What are your threats? What are your weaknesses and stuff? What is basically, so what's the internal versus the external? What are you naturally good at? Because basically, your strength that naturally comes to you, you can sit up here and do those in your sleep. Because I mean, most people, like with me, people naturally attract to me. I can sit up here and have a good conversation and stuff like that. Even though I like to sit up here and hide, and I would sit up here and think that somebody always up here against me. People really actually like me. But like I said, in my head, sometimes I'll be up here acting like, no, they up here trying to do this and do that. But like I said, that's me against me. Right. So you really have to sit up and sit down with yourself and find out where are you holding yourself back and what's stopping you from going to the next level. So that's the first thing as an entrepreneur. It's really what it is. It's about self. It's really about self first. So then you get to the other people, because the other people that's negative and everything, they'll fall off. Spirit is going to remove them. Trust me. And the more that you try to hold on to them, it's going to be harder for you to hold on to them. It's going to be, Spirit is going to make it hurt for you to hold on to them. And eventually you're going to have to release them. They're going to fall off anyway.
Oh, yeah. I know a little something about being disobedient and on the things. And it's just like, okay, I got it. I don't want to learn any more lessons.
Exactly.
Like you don't do, like you said, what Spirit is telling you to do, and you know you should not be doing this, or you should. It would be difficult for you. And I realized that the more and more I'm disobedient, and the longer I'm disobedient, the more difficult it is for me to come out of it.
Very much.
A greater price. Like had I listened the first time around, I could have recovered much quickly. But because I sat in this an extra 2 or 3 months, it's like, okay, I have to pay for that. So I've learned now, do it the first time, whatever it is, because like you said, it's on the inside of you, and you already know. You already know.
Oh, yeah. Spirit is very patient. They'll sit up there. I was telling my cousin this the other day. I was asleep on the couch, and I heard my grandfather who's deceased. Look at her over there. She overslept. So next thing you know, I woke up grabbing my phone, and I'm like, I didn't oversleep, but they felt like, no, you go up there sleeping on the couch a little bit too long. But you said you was gonna take a nap. That nap ended up turning into 2 hours. So that they was like, you need to get on your job now. Get on your job. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go right on to my computer. Sure am.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you able to do a spiritual reading for us, for the entrepreneurs, for those that are aspiring, for those that are already entrepreneurs that may need, be struggling, need a little motivation, encouragement?
Yes, actually, I'm going to be offering free business tarot readings. So I have my business cards right here. Okay. So I got these right here. So actually, I want to say a prayer before I start, if that is okay with you. Okay, Spirit of the Universe, for our highest and holiest good, I want to thank you for holding space for me and Miss Dina and everybody that's in the chat. And I ask that the guardian angels surround us in the white light and protect us from any energy that is not for our highest and holiest good. In Jesus' name, amen. Quick, short, and just gone, just quick and to the point right there, because Spirit is always going to watch out. But, sometimes when you out here doing when you're a light worker and stuff like that, people, they like to project. And right about now, social media is just, the energy is very, very crazy. Oh my God, everybody's on here. My coach on here and everything. My cousin on here. Everybody's on here. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So, okay, so let me shuffle these cards right quick. So we have a question, or if you want to ask, or just a general?
Just a general.
Just a general. Okay. Spirit of the universe, please connect me to the collective that's in the chat. Please give me 3 cards for the collective of the beginning entrepreneurs. There's any messages that are coming through for clear and accurate, please. Clear and accurate messages come through. And I ask that messages come through that they need to hear, not the ones they want to hear. Talking to benevolent beings and benevolent ancestors only, no others are welcome. So please give me 3 cards. Ooh. Okay, it's good.
Something jumped out.
Yeah, that's how all my cards jumped out. So basically we have the rebel. So I'm going to read what this says. It says, you are a trailblazer meant to see things differently and set a new path for others. Your rebellious spirit makes you a great system buster to teach others a better way. An old belief about money can be preventing you from getting ahead. So basically, to actually be an entrepreneur, like I said, you're rebelling against the system. You are rebelling against what society says of going to working a job. You graduate when you're 18 years old, you go to college, and then after that, you work a job till you're 30, 30 or 40 years, and after that, you get your pension. Then after that, now you have enough free time, but it's just like, my mother died when she was 39, so she didn't get to experience that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you have ideas or you have anything, you turn your passion into profit. You do what makes you happy. Because not only are you setting an example for other people in your family, you're setting an example for your children. So let me get one more card, Spirit. Okay, let me get one more card. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Spirit is on point today. They like, okay. So the crafter, this is what it looks like right here. There's something wonderful just waiting to be expressed with your hands. I don't know who in the chat is actually crafting something. Actually, my cousin Sorette, she makes homemade soaps. I know she makes like homemade natural skincare soap that she makes like with oat milk, goat milk, and everything like that. She makes it with children. She has a daughter that she uses it for. And also with my other cousin Kayla, she makes homemade natural hair care products that actually are doing very well that she used on my hair. Consider careers doing homemade items or some kind of craft project. Think of ways to generate money that no other has done before or try something new. So, and then the last one, what do we have? Fear. See how this lady's up here looking? Overcome your fear of success or failure. Don't sabotage your own success. Don't allow your fear to make you forget your greatness. Remain positive and on track. It may require you to step out of your comfort zone to achieve the abundance you desire. So I think those 3 messages right there really describe entrepreneurship, because we let our fear of failure, we let the fear of negative talk, we let the fear of public failure keep us basically keep us feeling very, very small. We shrink ourselves to fit into boxes, but we don't sit up here and know that we are trailblazers. We are rebels. We're rebelling against society. We are creating our own paths. So therefore, we have to sit up here and basically put on, I would say, that cape, and you create your own lane. So, because basically right now in the time that we in, people are out here selling the same products and stuff like that, but what makes you, that's what people are going to be attracted to. So people follow you just because of the fact that you are a powerful speaker. So, like I said, people are just going to follow you because you bring your own sauce to whatever that you're putting onto your products and stuff, or whatever service that you're going to be offering. Because at the end of the day and stuff like that, we're all individuals that live in a collective. But we have been trained to sit up and have a hive mind, but the people who go off on their own way, they shame them. So a lot of people sit up here and think that no, going on that lonely road and stuff like that, that's the wrong road. No, that is the road that God gave to you. And I'm like, shoot, as long as I get my spiritual team behind me, the people who support me, I'm gonna be okay. Now I might sit up here and fight along the way. Trust and believe, because my spiritual team be up here, give it to me raw. But at the end of the day, they know that I'm going to do it. So they know me better than I know myself. I'm still learning myself. They already know me.
So is it too late for me to ask the question?
Oh no, really? I just want to.
Okay. So I just came to the realization yesterday. I had a consultation with someone, and they asked me who are the people that I serve with my career in life coaching. They asked me who are the people that I serve, and I just declared that I want to help Black women. I want to help Black women overcome their pain points and reinvent themselves. So I don't know what question to ask though about that.
Okay, so basically, Spirit, let me pull out my other tarot cards.
And while you're doing that, we have thank you for those cards. I needed that first one for sure. Me too. When you said rebel, that's me all day.
What's your thing? Are you a fire sign or no? What's your option?
What's my what?
You're a zodiac sign.
Libra.
Well, you know, Libras, the sign of justice, the sign of keeping the balance, the signs of, most millionaires are Libras too. So, most millionaires are Libras. Libras are the most, that's the highest percentage of the zodiac signs that actually are millionaires. Because Libras, they are actually able to fit into both sides of the coin. They are able to, communicate with people very, very well. People like them a lot. We must got a Libra in the chat. Miss Precious, she must be a Libra.
Yeah, so we're the peacemakers. I'm always someone that wants to hear both sides of the story, can hear both sides of the story, and I'm normally the peacemaker. I'm normally the one that has to smooth things over and stuff like that, even when I don't want to.
Exactly, because the symbol of Libras are the scales. You guys keep the balance. And also you guys are quick to rule down that justice when it's needed. And also y'all quick to sue people also. Y'all quick to go to court. But that's another topic for a different day. Okay, so the question is, how do you want to help Black women as far as their pain points or?
No, I know that's what I want to do. So I guess the question is just the best way. The best way for me to communicate. The best way for me to communicate with my clients, and I guess so that I can be more profitable.
Okay. So
the best way for me to find my clients and be able to communicate how I can help them.
Social media, I can tell you that right about now. That's an air sign, and air signs, they are really good with thinking. They're really good with their communication. Right about now, as far as with your social media skills and stuff like that, like I said, social media is the way to go. But I would definitely ask. So, shuffle, clear the energy of the past reading, please.
While she's doing that, if there's anybody in the chat that has a question, if you want to type a question in the chat for her to ask, for her to give you a mini consultation, you can do that as well.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Okay. Miss Dina wants to know how would she be able to, I guess you said, attract more clients. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here, please connect to Miss Dina for her highest and holiest good. She wants to know how will she be able to attract more clients? What's the best way for her? So please give me 3 cards. Persistence. 2 more card, please. And okay. So what does this say? It says, say yes to the, it's reversed. Say yes to the things you think you can't do. Like, I've been following you since you were the goddess seat, and you was always putting stuff out there for the longest time.
That was the very rebellious part.
So, persistence. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Success is just around the corner. Follow through with what you set out to do consistently until you reach your goal. Hard work is required to keep building on your finances. Now, and this last card, I don't know, it says denial. I don't know if you might be in denial. I don't know. Maybe it might be some things, but I'm going to read it. Perhaps you are insisting that reality be something other than what it is. What are you refusing to see? It's better to live in truth than a lie. If you've been putting a false front to make money, it's time to remove that mask. So maybe you might be feeling that you might you have to think of one way to maybe attract clients. Like, you hop in the DMV, and I know the DMV. I've been out there one time before, and like, just like you're very, very a very, very nice person. Like, do you strike up conversations with people in the grocery store or something, or like, people that come to you?
They come talk to me. Just like.
And do you tell them what you do?
People. Huh?
Do you tell them what you do?
It depends.
It depends. So, like I said, because yeah, that's why I asked you. I'm like, for some reason, I see you just walking in the grocery store and you have a very, very big smile, and that smile brings in people and stuff to the point where they can start to sit up here and tell you. So maybe when you're introducing, when you talk to them, hey, my name is Gina and stuff like that, I'm a career and life coach and everything like that. And, and when I would say when people start actually telling you the issues or something like that, because when people start talking to you and stuff like that, they know that you're a good listener. Mm-hmm. So they know maybe you give them like a solution when you're just talking, or you just listen.
I normally just listen. I mean, because I may be like literally pushing my basket in the grocery store. So I guess what you're saying is, because didn't you have patience or something? Persistence, one of those, be patient. But one of them said, one of the things you read said something about being patient. So maybe that's telling me I need to kind of slow down, be a little bit more patient when people are talking to me. And like you said, look at those opportunities that are right in front of me.
Oh yeah, persistence. It says follow through what you set out to do consistently until you reach your goal. Hard work is required to keep building on your finances. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Success is just around the corner. Mm-hmm. So basically, like, just keep going at it and stuff like that. And then also, I would say that when people are just talking to you and stuff like that, like, basically, like, just like what my cousin said, they for sure sense that they need your energy. It's like you're going to be healing people basically off of, I guess, helping them to realize what their issues are and stuff like that. Right. So I guess when people are talking to you, like in the grocery store and everything like that, I know you're listening and everything, just give them like a quick solution to what they can do. And they just like, well, I never thought about that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay. So, I mean, because like, when you are a healer and stuff, people are just going to be naturally drawn to you. That's why you get stopped in the grocery store so much. I just came here just to get some bread and some milk, but I didn't come here for all that.
Yeah,
but since you're here,
it used to kind of annoy me, but now I've gotten used to it. I kind of expect it. I expect every time I go out of my house, somebody's going to stop me and start talking to me about something. So I've kind of gotten used to it. I need to just seize the moment, I guess what you're saying. Just when they're talking to me, that's an opportunity to kind of slide in who I am, what I do.
Yeah, because also, like I said, the denial card has came out, and maybe just like, is this really what my reality is coming to? Like, I'm just going to be going to the store. I want to get that bread, but I just know that people are going to start talking to me, and that's probably what your reality is right about now. It's just like, because, also spirit is going to sit up here and test us, too. Because it's just like, okay, you are healing people, you're a career and life coach and stuff like that. So, hey, heal me for it. Like I said, spirit, they'll do stuff like that. They will come in and test you. My cousin, she just like, because I mean, like I said, spirit is going to sit up there and test us. They're going to be like, you know what? Are you really who you say that you are? You know, are you really trying to sit up here and really heal yourself? Are you really a healer? Okay, so if you're a healer and stuff like that, here I go. He'll give me a 5-minute healing quick session right now. You know, and sometimes I would say for me, I wake up and I'll be like, damn, this is what my life is right about now? Like, is this really what I'm supposed to be up here doing? It'd be like, yes, it gets greater later, but we're going to have to sit up here and test you. Because if you're not ready for all that abundance that we got coming for you, you're just going to mess it up. And you have to come back and learn your lesson again. I don't want to come back next lifetime.
Absolutely. But that's something I've been saying to myself for the past couple of months. And I thought I was like, you think you're ready? I thought I was ready, but it's like, no. We need to send a couple of more people to you. We need to send a couple more people to you that need healing so that you can realize they're coming to you for that. So I definitely have gone through that to where I'm just like, what is going on? You know, why are all these people coming to me? And just people just being needy, just like wanting to talk to me so much and wanting all my time and attention. I'm just like, oh my God. So I definitely have gone through that. Yeah. So we have someone, I think it's your cousin, that says a massage therapist was venting during a massage, so she can relate and she's accepted her calling. And then we have Precious Nails, I think, who's Team Libra with me. She said, welcome, sis. So a lot of people can relate to what we're saying.
Oh, yes, definitely. Because of the fact, like, you know, especially with Libras and stuff, Venus rules the sign of Libra and Taurus. I'm a Taurus, you're a Libra, and stuff like that. So basically, we're all very alluring, you know, like I said, highly magnetic people, very, very highly magnetic. So it's just like, Tauruses, we can be a little bit standoffish and stuff like that, but Libras and stuff, y'all can actually go in and just start talking to people and actually get the conversations going and stuff like that. And then after that, y'all can go ahead and dip off. That's what y'all really good at. That's what y'all are very, very good at. I know a lot of Libras, trust me. When's your birthday?
September 29th.
September 29th. Okay. So yeah, you at the end of September. Yeah, going into like I think at the first really real week of Libra season. Almost. And I got to look on birthdays too, but that's over there. But, so as y'all can see, I'm very into zodiac signs, astrology, because all of that really ties into about finances and money also. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be studying more before I offer that to the public. Okay. Yes.
All right. So I think that's all my questions. I didn't see anybody type any questions in the chat.
Oh no, some people. So has it been an hour yet, or we just I don't know.
It's 8:42, so it's been 42 minutes.
Oh really? Oh, this is been like this has been kind of quick and stuff like that. But what Spirit says you say yes to the things you think you can't do. So for all the entrepreneurs out there, look, have your affirmations, have your meditations, because basically you're going to have to get into a mindset of being sound and clear. For me personally, with my healing journey, I really work on my self-sabotaging ways because I'm supposed to been did this, but it's the prime time for everything happens in divine timing. So therefore, that I would say that I'm being fast-tracked to what my purpose is going to be. And I take every day and I give honor. I'm still working on my gratitude and stuff like that because sometimes I can be a selfish brat sometimes, but hey, I'm gonna break out of that too. But you know, there's knowing that whatever your idea is and stuff like that, don't be afraid to be you. Always be you. Be you, be you, be you.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
I can be up there talking for hours and stuff like that. For sure. I'm about to go have me a glass of wine and stuff like that. I'm having them on the phone. But you're like, hey, did y'all see me? Did y'all like that? How y'all think the energy was and stuff? And hopefully we can be able to do it again. And then also, hopefully we'll be able to do it again. So,
okay. Well, drop your information. Let people know where they can find you, your website, all of your offerings.
Oh.
Drop that out there. So whenever I put this on my page, people will have it.
Okay. So, I gotta type it in the chat or I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, just say it.
Okay, so my Instagram is Nancelle, so that's NANCELLE_Delisa DLISA. That is my personal page. And also my business page is at NDM Credit. And that is on Facebook and Instagram. Like I said, you can always call me. You can email me. Yes, that's it right there. So, because most people don't know how to spell my name. So, and that's what you can find me. I'm mostly active on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook too. But if you want the real deal, you be here on Instagram. So that's why I do all my posting. Oh, and thank you for having me and allowing space for me.
Oh, no problem. One question: whenever you do your readings, how long are they typically? An hour?
Most people, like I said, it's about. I just got my business cards like last week or stuff, so I'm still really breaking them in. Mm-hmm. So I will be offering them for free right about now to just to build up my slight clientele and just to really give guidance and stuff. I'm really in the space right about now trying to give back. So as far as if you just need advice and stuff like that, I can ask my cards and everything, and that's the way we can sit up here and go. So basically, if you have like maybe 2 or 3 questions and stuff like that, that could probably run maybe 30 minutes. It's 15, 30 minutes. So it depends on whether or not people want to talk or not.
Okay. So yeah. Whenever I post this to my page, are you okay with me saying that she offers free 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want to call them business readings? What do you want to call them?
Business tarot readings, like, basically advice, whatever, asking, I can ask you 4 questions. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you need to focus on? And where or what idea do you kind of want to see that go into the future? What idea can you shape that's going to be turning your passion to profit? So how can I? So if the crafted card comes up, you're doing something with your hands. If you need to sit up here and basically start trailblazing, the rubber card is going to come up. If you need to be more consistent, the persistent card is going to come up. If you need to sit up here and watch out for people, then or getting on social media, the media card is going to come up. It's like how this book. So, using social media, television, radio, magazine, YouTube, TikTok, however media transpires for you. Have I sit up here and attract more clients and stuff, word of mouth, media. So, whatever question that you would like to ask and stuff, what's holding me back, it might be your emotions, it might be your family, it might be external factors, whatever, the case might be. So spirit sees all, they hear all, they know all. So, they'll be able to tell you what you need to know when you need to know it. Because if you get to asking too many stuff and everything, they'll tell you in divine timing. So that means mind your business and be patient.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you. And so yes, and like I said, just have a great evening, and thank you again for having me.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming on here. We'll definitely have to do it again.